So we're getting ready to go into how to edit the video. Before I do that, I'm going to show you this. Just because I've already closed the video out and done an outro like a dozen times. I keep thinking I'm done. But we'll do this part first. The video's already edited. Once you get the editing done, you're going to go to your YouTube app. And I'm doing all this on my phone. Excuse me. I'm doing all this on my phone. So we're going to go to the YouTube app. I'm going to go to my channel, your channel. There's my channel, day 16, day 15, Fortnite. I don't know why I got a little creative, I guess. I'm going to go up and there's at the top, there's John Gifford. There's the broadcast your screen, and then there's a little camera. Click. Now I can record, I can go live. I don't ever do those things. What I'm going to do is this, and I'm using the timestamp as a reference at this point. This is so that dropped the video in. The title, I'm going to say day 17. Yes. Description. Talk about vehicle maintenance as if you weren't B-O-R-E-D enough. Here are the links I said I was going to share. Period. Worrisome. So if you don't want to add to your stress level, skip that one. Enjoy. Boop. Now, oh God, guys, I'm going to stop there. You get the thing up in the top right-hand corner. Now that I've done all that, there's the upload button. And I'm not ready to hit the upload button. Just to make sure that I don't somehow lose what I just wrote, I'm going to copy it to my clipboard. Because I've had to stop uploads before. I had problems with them. So now it's in my device clipboard, which means I can go hold the button, right, and go clipboard, and then there's all the junk that I can throw in there. So what I'm going to have to do at this point is, because I'm trying to juggle so many things mentally right now, I remember 2 of the videos I said I was going to share. I don't remember what the third one was, and I want to make sure I don't, say, oh, down below, and then there's nothing there. So what I'm going to have to do is go back again, because I'm being an idiot, and watch the video and see what were the third one was. I know the one was the drone over the freeway project. The other one was the Timcast one. Oh geez, I can't remember what the third one was. I said I was going to share it. So at this point, I'm going to go watch the video again, find out what the third one was. You might get a paper pad, and write things down. If you do that, it will help you keep track of what you're talking about in your videos too. And there's a thing called storyboarding. I loosely do this in my head. You can lay out your video scene by scene before you go shoot the thing, and you can bullet point the key topics that you want to hit in each panel of your storyboard. You can look that up on YouTube. I think there's videos that explain how that works. That's thank you, Mr. Garcia. That's something that I learned in high school in graphic arts down at the regional occupational program. So anyway, let's go on to editing the video. You can check that out. Man, I hope this isn't so small because it's in portrait instead of landscape, but if you're watching on a bigger screen, it'll be a little bit easier. All right, guys, let's go to the video editing part. All right, so there might be a skip in the middle of this, and I'm going to have to do a kind of an overlay when I make this video of like a black background so that I can fit everything in right. I'm not showing editing the video that you're watching now. I'm showing editing my video right before that, which is day 17 of the Calpocalypse. So I was over at a buddy's house the other day, and he kind of asked me about how do you do this stuff. You know what? I had kind of kicked the idea around of doing this before, and this is a good excuse to do it. So Dave, this one's for you. This one's entirely for you. I'm gonna talk about a few of the things that I'm doing, and well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and edit the day 17 video, and I'm gonna leave the screen record on while I'm doing it. So you can get this in the Google Play Store, and I believe it's available for iPhones, and the newer iPhones already have this feature built into it. So it's called AZ Screen Recorder. You see down here in the thing, you see that pop. Well, I don't know if you can see that popped up. We're gonna find out. So yeah, maybe there's going to be more than a few skips. Anyway, you see in the bottom left-hand corner, it says AZ Screen Recorder. That's what I'm using to record the screen right now. And then you see right above it, Gallery, and next to that, KindMaster. KindMaster is the program that we're using to edit the videos. So I'm going to go into KindMaster. There's two versions of this. There's a free version where they leave a watermark on the video, so it'll say KindMaster on there somewhere in a corner or something. Oh, excuse me. For like, I think it's $14 a year. I went ahead and bought it. You get access to a lot of music assets. There's some more image stuff and then transition type things, but we'll get into that in a minute. All that stuff is extra when you get the subscription. So going into KindMaster, I'm using the subscription version. I'm get, like I say, get more things. So I'm going to go new project. I'm going to select the 16:9, sorry. And then you're going to start with a blank slate like this. I'm going to come in and keep in mind, this is just the style that I like to do it in. You can do all kinds of other things. This is just kind of a primer. This is a basic what I do, and just show you how the thing works a little bit. There's all kinds of other cool stuff in there. There's 3D transitions and all kinds of junk. I don't use that stuff. I like doing it the way I'm doing it. So, and if I stumble around a little bit, please forgive me. I am in my mind working out the edit for the video that we're actually editing, and I'm also putting together all of the stuff I need for this video that you're watching now. So I might have a few hiccups here. Okay, I'm gonna go to backgrounds. I'm gonna choose the black background, and then I'm gonna go in front of it. Then I'm gonna come back out of this and go into my camera, and this is the video that I just recorded. And I used my smartphone to do this, so that's kind of why my video quality isn't great, but okay, I'm going to click the check mark in the top right hand corner there, and let's hit play. Hey guys. Okay, that's where I start talking, and if I'm remembering correctly, and I think I am, that is actually where I want to start. So let's check that. Day 17. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to go to Layer, Media, and Background, and then I'm going to put a black background, and you can see where it dropped that element in below there. You see how small it is in the screen too. So I'm going to leave the in animation alone. It's just going to be there when the video starts, but I'm going to go to Out Animation Fade, and then I'm going to drag it to 1.5 so that it takes longer for it to fade out. Now I'm also going to select that and boop, hit that stop mark, okay? And then I'm going to get away from that. I don't want to play with that just yet. What I want to do is get into the video itself, and down here it says volume envelope. I can pick any point in the video and drop a marker, and then I can play with the volume level as compared to the rest of that video. Getting off of that, I'm going to come back. I'm not in the volume envelope. You can see in the top right hand corner underneath the check mark, there's a little microphone. I'm going to click that. That gives me a whole bunch of other volume options, including the overall volume of that segment of video or that element. Okay, we might play with that later, but right now the one I'm interested in is the volume envelope, or the relative volume. So I'm going to come back here to the beginning. I'm going to drop it to 0. Now you can go on the screen, and I touched on the screen where I'm watching the video, or you can click down here and it gives you control of that element. Now I'm going to drag this out, and you can put these anywhere, okay, and it gives you a center mark. That little hiccup where it stopped, right about there, it really doesn't matter, because I'm going to go completely outside of the screen, and I'm just, the little point in the bottom right hand corner, I'm dragging that completely outside of that screen, and it's like right now it's huge, but I just need to be right outside of the screen. I don't want to see anything around it. So here we go, play. Hey guys, day 17 of the Calpocalypse. You see by the sky, it's not quite daylight yet. Couldn't sleep, kind of. So yeah, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, I think, ish. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna bring it back. So yeah, it's like, let's go back a little bit further. Where are we at? 17 seconds. Couldn't sleep, kind of. Let's stop it right there. I'm gonna use the scissors up here. We're in the panel on the top right hand corner. I'm gonna click the scissors, and it's gonna bring me, you can trim to the left, trim to the right. I don't ever really want to remember what those do, so I just use split at playhead. And that's really the only one I use. Now if I drag the timeline, the pink line in the center, into the middle of that split, I can go, I don't want to use layer this time. I want to use media. It's going to drop it in the main timeline, and then I'm going to go to export. And this is a little section of video that I built a long time ago, and I've been using it on everything. You can see that it's just the intro. So I'm going to click this, and these are your transition effects. You can do all kinds of different things. I don't know what. Yeah, it's like, there you go. There's a little animation for you. Let's click it again. Sentimental, serene. Let's find out what serene means. Yeah, it's like, okay, there you go. 6. So that's I don't use any of that stuff. When I first got the, here's picture in picture. Let's try this one just for the heck of it.
it's like
3D transitions, stripes.
yeah, it's like
Never messed with that stuff. When I got this, I went straight for these kinds of transitions, and these are the ones I use. This one fades to black and then comes back in on the next one.
so yeah, it's like
That's the one I like. That's the one I use. I think when I'm watching somebody's YouTube videos, I kind of get a feel for the cadence of their videos. I get a feel for the way they do this kind of stuff. And, you know, depending on how I like it, that's what I expect to see. Now, let's see. You'll notice when you're playing this on the very...
couldn't sleep, kind of.
On the very left-hand side, there's volume bars. I'm going to pause that right there and talk about that for a second. When you're watching a YouTube video and they have music pop in and it's too loud, and it blew me away. I watched Ride with Norman Reedus, and I really liked that show. It was cool. I love the concept. I like that dude. He was just really cool. The music over him talking was so loud because it was mixed improperly. I couldn't understand anything he was saying. And, you know, I'm not rocking a cheap TV in the house there. It's an older one, but it's not that old. So, it kind of was aggravating, and I didn't even bother watching the rest of the second season because it was just so bad. I'm going to come back to this because I can only record screenshots like 10 minutes at a time. So, we're right there. Let's come right back. I don't know if you saw in the right-hand corner there, the video faded. The little dot. You can bring the dot up, and it gives you controls for the screenshot recording. That little AZ thing is pretty cool. So then it fades away. Cool. So we're back at it. So keeping on. Yeah, when you're watching this and you see the overall sound on the left-hand side, see how that's really low? Now I can fix that. I can fix that by bringing up this and going 125%. Let's try and see what that sounds like.
It's not quite daylight yet.
It's a little bit better.
Couldn't sleep, kind of.
I'm going to go ahead and rock with that, but I'm definitely going to make you, when you watch the video, turn your sound up just a little bit. But then I'm going to make sure I don't abuse you when you're listening to it. So see how those are going lower, a lot lower now. I try to keep it at the 25% of those bars to the 50% of those bars overall.
Yeah, it's like 6.
See, this is, I haven't adjusted this up yet, so let's go ahead and grab this element. We're going to go 125% again. Now keep in mind when you do this, the background noise goes up too. And a lot of times what I'll do with my microphone recordings, it's really loud. I'll turn it down to like 50% on those. You can hear my voice real well, but it cuts all that background noise down just a little bit. So I don't like to go up. I kind of knew the sound quality was going to be low on this, but I wanted the view, the edge that I got, or the angle that I got, so kind of had to rock with it. Okay, I'm going to click the check mark.
Ish.
And now I want to watch the transition right here and just make sure it's kind of clean.
Sleep, kind of.
Yes, it is. And I'm not going to watch this again because I've watched it a million times. And then coming out of that.
So, yeah, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, I think.
Yeah, that came out.
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, going through watching some videos. We were sitting in the driveway yesterday getting ready for our weekend barbecue thing, and a drone flew overhead. I'm like, hi! So, I don't think the guy saw, but I saw the video from it.
Now I'm going to pause that right there. I'm going to leave this program. Boop. and I'm going to go into YouTube, and I'm looking at this sideways. You're not. I'm going to go into YouTube, and I'm going to go into my library, and I'm going to go to this.
Welcome to the Heightened Perspective. I am Dylan Connor, and today we are doing an update video of the Centennial Corridor project
and go like this. And use the little screen on the left-hand side. I like that shot right there.
Channel so that you too can follow along
with
the Heightened Perspective.
I'm going to go ahead and trim that screenshot.
And let's move around here and try to see things a bit more clearly.
He's still playing with that. Actually, I'm going to leave that all the way out. I just don't need those black bits.
And now facing toward the west, we are looking at...
All right, thanks, dude. And then I'm going to drag this out and go back to KineMaster. And I'm going to hit my layer button, media. Screenshots is the first file up because it's the first one I grabbed. And I'm just going to make that fit. And I'm going to say in animation, fade. Out animation, fade. And then I'm going to go to full 5 seconds so that you've got a minute to look at it.
I saw the video from it on YouTube. Link down in the description below if you want to check out the freeway project going on in my neighborhood here. You can see that. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like that guy's doing that. I want a drone, but I don't want to spend the money on a drone. Anyway, watch that. Watch a couple other videos. Watching sticks.
I'm going to go back just a second. Go back to layer. And, let's see. Screenshots again. And there's sticks. And the biggest problem with using this kind of stuff is YouTube's going to select that image to put on my thumbnail. So you can go out. I can't do this on the phone, but you can on your laptop or your home computer. And you can change the thumbnail, or you can use... Usually what you want to do is use a screenshot image because it's a really low file size, and you can usually use them. They limit the thumbnail file size. So I'm going to go in animation again, fade. And if I remember right, the way I said what I said here, let's check it. Let's check it.
Watching sticks. Link in the description for that too. Watching sticks. Apparently worldwide we've hit.
Okay, so no, I don't, because I don't want his image up there that long. So I'm going to come back. Whoop, because I didn't say it the way I thought I did. Fade. And then we're going to grab the edge of this bar. Whoops. And it's going to go to a full 5 seconds because it takes that long to visually acquire
watching
something.
Sticks. Link in the description for that too. Watching.
And because the image fading out on the verbal, I don't know, there's something to it. It seems like it makes more sense to me. It feels better to me watching it. So that's the way I do it.
Sticks. Apparently worldwide we've hit 1 point.
Okay, so I'm going to come back and layer again. And this is off of his deal. Oh, nope, that's the wrong picture. So I'm going to hit the trash can. Over on the very left-hand side, you see there's I can take back. The little rewind loop takes back the last step I did, kind of like in Paint. There's a key. I don't know what that does. I've never used it. And then there's a trash can. And since I have, like if I select this element, I can hit the trash can and that element will go away. Now, I can undo that by hitting the little rewind loop. Boop, and you see that element came back. I'm going to select this element. Since I grabbed the wrong picture, I'm going to hit the trash can. Go back to layer, media, screenshots. And this is the one that I wanted. I'm going to center that. In animation fade. Boop. Out animation fade. Just because it's an overlaid. And I'm going to go to a full 6 seconds. Here's the thing, I don't ever go too long. I want you to be able to at least read that headline, right? With the video playing while I'm talking. I don't mind that you don't hear a few of the words. You can always rewind it and play it. And if you wanted to look at the whole thing in detail, you can always pause the video when you're watching it. So keep that in mind. You're kind of a time lord on this.
Worldwide, we've hit 1.2 million cases.
That's a good fade.
In a 24-hour period, we jumped another 100,000 cases. Big deal.
And that's, I want that off the screen when I say
big deal.
Kind of a punctuation mark, right?
We jumped another 100,000 cases. Big deal.
Okay, so yeah.
A lot of people a while back. Like 1.8% of the numbers we're looking at. So.
Yeah, I might have to go a little bit louder. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to 150%. I don't like doing that because we're at 3 minutes, 1 second, 0.017. I have to go back to this element, boop, and we're going to do this as well. Uniformity being the friend of us all.
Sky, it's not quite daylight yet.
Watching those green bars over there.
Couldn't sleep, kind of.
That's better. Okay. Well, so what did we say? We're at 3 minutes. 3 minutes, whatever. And again, we're going to jump forward to the next edit point, probably.
Like 1.8% of the numbers we're looking at. So this is video I'm talking about is the
screenshots. Here's the picture of Tim. Boop. Animation fade. Out animation fade. You have to hit the little back arrow up by out animation, right? Okay, we'll just click off of that for a second and go ahead and see if it drops in right.
The video I'm talking about is the Timcast IRL video that I watched yesterday. A lot of other things going on in the world.
All right, so right there when I jump from that video to it's going, I want to kind of go ahead and get my 5 seconds at least and kind of have it fade out as I'm saying
video
that.
that I watched yesterday. A lot of other things going on in the world. And the news seems kind of focused myopically just on.
And you're watching this, that might not seem like it matters to you and you might never notice it in the video, but I really make these for me to watch and I notice those things, so I do that for me. I think it just, I don't know, I think it's aesthetically it's smoother and I just like it better. So your mileage may vary, you can do it however you want. Yeah,
The one thing they're asking.
now I'm gonna come back here.
This is video I'm talking about is the This is video I'm talking.
Let's go about this a little different. I'm gonna get rid of that because of the timing. What I want to do.
Have happened. This is video I'm talking.
Okay, right about here. I'm going to drop in this other image first, and I'll show you another thing I do here real quick. Screenshots. This is, boop. This is the headline for that video. I'm going to just get it right there. Right there. Now I'm going to run this timeline, and you'll notice it stops. No matter how far I drag my finger or move the timeline, it stops on the highlighted. So like I can click this one. I'm at 5:43 now. I can click this one and just go wee, right? As fast as I want, and it'll come back to the beginning of this. So now I'm going to go back to 5:43. You can see the pink thing up there. It tells you where you're at in the video. Right there. So there's my picture that I brought in. I'm going to say in animation fade, right? And then what I'm going to do is go right at the end of that and stop. And now I'm going to layer in another image. And what this will do is it will layer this image in over the other one. And no matter what, because this one came in last, this one will be over the other one. That's why on this one, I did not put an out animation. What I'm going to do is bring it all the way over here. And then this one, I'm going to do an in animation fade back, and then an out animation fade. Now let's check our timing.
Video I'm talking about is the Tim Cast IRL video that I watched yesterday. A lot of other things going on in the world, and the news seems kind of focused.
Okay, just for the timing of it, I'm going to go ahead and drag that out.
The world, and the news seems kind of focused myopically just on the one thing. They're asking all citizens come home.
Now I'm going to also show you too on your layer. You can use this handwriting feature, and I use it a lot of the time to make arrows. I think nope, it's on handwriting. You can draw circles around things, make an arrow. You can also, if I'm not mistaken, change from the pen to an actual arrow, which is funny because you can, let's see, let's get rid of all that. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Okay, let's just delete that whole element like this. If I do an arrow, that's the rag that I've got, right? In that element, in its properties, there it is. I can move it. I can change the size of it. And I can control its in. And I like draw by stroke on arrows. That's just the way I like it. And then back out of that. And then the out animation, I can do fade. So as we're coming across that.
Come home. They're evacuating some embassies.
Now, notice my hand moved. So I'm going to come back to about here. Right? And then I'm just going to drag this element in for time.
They're evacuating some embassies.
It just kind of pops your eye to it. Now, I don't need or want that element, so I'm going to go ahead and trash can it. You can also do text. Oops. Of embassies. Right? Okay. On text, you can do all kinds of things with the in animation. You can do pop, boop. You can do fade, slide left, slide right. They're pretty like that. Clockwise, spin it in, counterclockwise. You kind of get the point. What I usually do is I slide them up, and then the out animation, I slide them down. That's just, I like that. Makes me feel good. And then I put it right about here. So it does this.
Embassies. Venezuela sunk one of.
And then if I want to do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I'm going to say out animation. And instead of slide down, I'm going to go fade, right? And right here, I'm going to drop in another element. I'm going to go, that's nuts, right? Okay. Now, because I already put the fade here, I'm going to just move this back, and now they're both there. And I'm going to pick, let's see, the A. See, I made it too big on the second one. Still too big. Almost perfect. Okay, I'm going to center it. I'm going to bring it down. and it's right in the same place. Okay, grab that element and move it. See how I'm moving it across the timeline? I'm going to put it right there. Oops. I want it a little bit closer. Right there. And then its in animation is going to be fade. And the out animation is going to be slide down. So.
Evacuating some embassies. Venezuela sunk one of their own ships trying to steal.
Hopefully that makes sense. That's, that's just when I drop my little subtitles in there, and you can do them any way you want. You can put them on the top and drop them down and then have them slide up. You can put them anywhere you want. You can do them however you want. So I'm going to trash can that. I don't want it. I'm going to trash can that. I don't need it. I'm going to stop and I'm going to check. Whoa, I'm at 12 minutes.
They rammed the bow of their ship into the side of it, couldn't puncture it, and ended up sinking their own ship, which is...
I'm still at 150%. Yes, I am. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to the end because for the purpose of this video, I don't think you want to watch me edit the entire video. I'm going to remember that I'm at 6 minutes. I have to watch these as I'm going because sometimes I drop things in. I've got other pictures that I want to drop in. If you want to see that, you've already seen how to do that. If you want to see the pictures I dropped in, go watch the video, obviously. I'm going to jump all the way back to the beginning with the very bottom left-hand corner button is going to take me back to the beginning, and then that's also going to take me back to the very end of the video. Now, this is that first element I dropped in. I drop that in every time. We'll get to that in a second. And I always say pretty much the same thing every time I end a video.
Have a good one. Catch you on the next one.
Right? That's a thing almost every time. Okay, so...
Keep it rolling. Yeah. Have a good one. Catch you on the next one.
Now, that's about as long of a pause as I want to have. Remember, there's going to be music playing. We haven't decided what music yet. For this video, because it's dark out, it's early morning, the birds are chirping, I'm really low toned, I'm going to go with something really easy going. Yeah, I think that's going to be the trick. So let's go back here.
Where were you at?
All right, right there.
I didn't do that yesterday.
Right about where that thumb drops in, I want to put some music. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want audio. And then I'm going to go to my music assets. And I kind of have one picked. Havana Woman. Here's a little preview of the song. I think that fits this video pretty well. Okay, I'm going to hit the check mark in the top right-hand corner. Now, you can't hear me talking over that. And you can see the green bars in the left-hand side are way over the 50% mark. And this whole video is going to be a little bit quieter than that. We're going to be between the 25 and 50% mark, or we're going to try to keep it there. We don't want to abuse the ears of our listeners, especially our viewers, especially if they're wearing earphones and stuff. So here we go. Okay, right there. Sound envelope. I'm going to pop that. And right to the middle of that, I'm going to pop that one. And it's off a bit because I haven't done anything with this yet. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Classic transitions. I'm going to do my fade through. And what I do on this is whenever I'm breaking from a major point of the video to a picture, or whenever I'm breaking to the end title thing or the beginning, I do the fade through. Whenever I split the video, like to delete something, like once in a while I'll use one of those motorcycle maintenance and repair words and I will cut that out. So the one I use for that is going to be the crossfade. and it's just got a whole different look to it. To me, that's, you know, and you can go through any of these and use anything you want. You do it however you want, but that's just the way I like to do it. I think it looks cool. Kind of like the TV we grew up with, you know, as kids. So I'm gonna go back to my sound envelope. Now notice that's in the middle. That's cool. I'm gonna take this one, and there's automatically a point at the beginning, so I'm gonna take it down to 20%, 25%. Let's try that. And then this one we're gonna take down to 25%. Now right here at the end, I'm just gonna go right before it. Oops. If the thing would quit jumping all over the place, huh? I'm going to pop one there, and then right at the end, it's not going to let me do anything past the end of the main video. I'm going to pop another pin, and I'm just going to drop that down to 0. And you notice everything to the right of the timeline or after the end of the main thing, right, is dark gray, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't happen. When this thing builds the video into one file, it's going to just eliminate that anyway. So here we go. Let's try this. And remember, we're also listening. We're watching the bars on the left.
Laundry, because I didn't do that yesterday. So wherever you're at, what are you doing? You guys staying safe? Keep it rolling. Yeah. Have a good one. Catch you on the next one.
Okay, that's too much. So I'm going to go with my overall sound, and I'm going to drop it down to 74%.
Wherever you're at, what are you doing? You guys staying safe? Keep it rolling. Yeah. Have a good one. Catch you on the next one.
And then you hear the sound drop off at the end because we told it to. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, and as you see the image fading, now that I've got my music set, right about here in the middle, just right at the edge of that, is usually where I drop in. Let's layer. Most of my videos have the eye patch panda, right? But lately, because I'm doing a video every day instead of just dropping in the eye patch panda, which is my eats, shoots, and leaves from my BitChute channel, which I don't really put anything on because it's too hard to get videos to upload to it. Instead of just doing that, I've been dropping all kinds of stuff, and I don't know. Let's scroll through here and see what we're going to drop today. It's just kind of a what's your mood thing, right? Oh, you know what? Transportation related. This is an image that my buddy Paul shared with me. And I just put it a little bit up because I used to put on the bottom here, I would fade in. And you can fade in. Let's do in animation fade. And I'm right at the thing. The fades are all going to be in the same time frame. So let's look at this for a second. You can actually make it take longer, you know? But I don't. They all start at 1. Okay, so now I can grab that element, go straight to the end of it, and I can drop in any text I want. Eats, shoots, and leaves / BitChute. And that's what I used to drop in all the time. And the thing is you can in animation fade, and it's, see how it started at the 1 down there? They all automatically pop in at that. So those two elements will come in at the same time,
Catch up
at the same speed. Right? You can also have a slight delay on the text. Oh, nope. Dang it. I hate it when it does that. Okay, back to the beginning, back to the end. I grabbed the wrong element. So what we want to do is have a slight delay on the text. And then you can do, on your in animation on this, you can do all kinds of things, letter by letter, right? And you can also change, let's do that one. You can do bold italic, but let's do the handwriting, boop, like that. All kinds of things you can do. Anyway, as long as these elements go past, it'll automatically drop off the extra. I'm going to get rid of that because I don't need it. And that is pretty much this video edited. It's done.
Wherever you're at, what are you doing? You guys staying safe? Keep it rolling. Yeah? Have a good one. Catch you on the next one.
Now, I talked about the Venezuelan Navy, and we're talking about transportation in this video, so that picture to me kind of makes a little bit of sense. I'm going to come down just a touch with it because I think that looks better. We'll call that good. And you can trim these if you want. Down here it says trim split it playhead, and delete that last section. It doesn't matter. It's just one less thing that the deal has to... okay, another thing you can do if you want to have more precise control is you can 2-finger expand. I don't know if you saw the scale where the pink 1542 is. It expanded. See how long this looks. It just gives you more of a visual reference to control everything, you know. So anyway, there's all kinds of things you can do there. You can make it look however you want. You can make it look like I do. You can make it look however you like. Hopefully that's helpful. And yeah, honestly, I do all this with my, I do most of it with my smartphone, and then I use the little Sony action cams for the helmet footage because it's got a really good image stabilization. You see the picture, the bent aluminum. It's just flat bar, aluminum flat bar, 1 inch, and then the dual lock on it. And that's just how I do it. So, I think I probably, I went over again. Okay, so I forgot to do this last bit. I'm going to go back to the end of the video. You can see I did a few more things in edit here. It's repetitive. I didn't want to do that. The music and the outro. So, okay. Did all that stuff. Now, I'm all done. Up in the very top right-hand corner, you're going to see this little box with the out arrow. That's going to back you back into the list of your projects. I've been going and retitling these just to make it easy for me to keep track of the files when I move them over to, I've got I think it's a 6 terabyte hard drive that I'm throwing all this stuff onto it, or 10, it's a 10 terabyte. It's a big one. And that's going to be your biggest thing that you notice. I'm just going to put day 17. Now the YouTube video will have 17 spelled out. This is, I don't know why I did that. It's just the way it's been going. But I'm going to hit OK. And there's the project. And I can go back in and change it now. See? By clicking that little pencil in the window there. But I'm going to come back out. I'm going to go to it. You're going to find, as you're doing these, you're going to find two things right away. If you try to save the raw footage, it is going to eat up a tremendous amount of hard drive space. Just saving the videos, and I really recommend you save the finished product. Right now, this thing is referencing files throughout my storage. If I go right now and I delete any of what I just did, it will disappear from the project. When I go in there, it'll just say this file doesn't exist. Because right now the project file and the final video are two different files. The project file, everything that you just built is a series of reference marks to spots in your device storage, whatever it is you're using to do this. So right now, that's all that really is. If you delete any of those, you lose that bit of it. What I'm going to do is next to the play, because I can play this file as it's going right now, and it'll show me what I got. But I've already finished editing it. Right next to that's a little share button. Boop. I'm going to click that, and it's going to give me all these options. Okay. This device is capable of doing more. I usually do these. I'm doing this on my phone right now, just to kind of show that it can, and because it was handy. But I usually do these on my tablet. It just takes more work to move these files from the phone where I recorded them over to all the pictures and everything. So anyway, 24 cinema, you can go 30. This one will do 30 frames per second. I just been doing 24 cinema. It makes the file a little bit smaller. And YouTube's going to dumb it down to like 470 or whatever anyway. So, but I'm going to stick with a high bit rate. And I'm going to hit export. Boop. Now you'll see that this is building an MP4 file, basically. And it shouldn't take that long. Now, you see all those other project files in KineMaster. I just haven't gone through and deleted them yet. I go through once in a while because after I'm done with this, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. When I move the export file or the final MP4 that this video is going to be over to the hard drive, I'll go through and on my device storage, I will delete all of the raw footage. The original video where I recorded me sitting in front of the bike talking and oiling the chain and all that stuff, I'll delete that. I'll go through and delete all the projects. I just get rid of them because it's storage space eaten up that doesn't need to be. So that's the way I do it. You're going to find that you're going to fill up a hard drive so fast. But I like I was saying a minute ago, I highly recommend that you take the MP4 files that you're uploading to YouTube and you save them, because YouTube can be kind of sketchy. Also, you can use them to, if you want to start a BitChute or you want to save those. Oh, excuse me. You want to save those to like Minds. If you want to upload them to Minds or any of the other library, I think is LBRY library is another one that you can upload videos to. Another video sharing thing. You can take snippets of the thing and upload it to Facebook if you want. That kind of thing. So anyway, highly recommend saving those files. I have all of mine. I have a lot of raw footage from like 3-4 years ago where I was making these videos. Probably don't need that stuff. I can go back to it if I want, but I probably never will. But I have a lot of hard drive space taken up with that stuff, and then I quit saving the raw footage. The finished product's enough memory for me, and like I say, I'm just going to go back and watch them later. That's really the point of my YouTube escapades. So there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead. I said I was done, and then I edited that out. So there you go. There's the video complete. Falling apart here. It's just like I'm still jumping back and forth between the video I just edited and the one I'm getting ready to edit for this that you're watching right now. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm going to go into my video files gallery. There's play video. I don't want that. I want to be right here, export. Boop. And there's today's video.
Hey guys, day 17.
Going real fast. I can kind of see that there's nothing's messed up in it. I don't have to watch it this time.
That's my message for today, day 17 of the Calpocalypse. The world's getting weird, guys. Maybe best to get a little weird with it. thing up and down the street once and listen to that. See if I have to deal with any sling off. It looks like I got it pretty cleaned off. Ride it real slow. Then I gotta do laundry because I didn't do that yesterday. So wherever you're at, what are you doing? You guys staying safe? Keep it rolling. Yeah. Have a good one. Catch you on the next one.
There it is. Well, like I said in the video, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, stay safe. Keep it rolling. And footage this time, not vehicles. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care now.